You know, moving is hard. It's so much work and can be an emotionally draining experience for adults. But when you consider a young child, the thought of leaving the comfort of the only place you've ever known can be terrifying. But a new children's book from a local family who knows a thing or two about moving might make that process a little easier. It's called We Are Home When We're Together. It's by Jean Stoffer and Grace Start of Jean Stoffer Design and the Magnolia Network show The Established Home, and this multi-talented mother-daughter duo here with us this morning to share more about this beautiful book. Ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the inspiration behind writing this. Obviously, I mean, Grace, this is kind of your thing because you have littles and you had to move, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was born out of our personal experience having to move from one home to another. And I have 4 children, so there was a range of emotions from excitement to apprehension and everywhere in between. So.
Yeah. And talk about the message too, because it is very sweet and it's something we all really need to think about, right?
Yeah. So basically the message is it doesn't matter where you live. There's all sorts of different places to live, but we're home when we're together.
I love that. Yeah. And talk, Jean, a little bit about your participation. How did the process work of writing this book together?
Well, it was really beautiful. Both Grace and I have experienced a lot of moving.
Right.
And there's positive and, I would say challenging aspects to that. Very exciting, sometimes scary. But Grace had come up with this poem to kind of reflect about it. And it was so beautiful, so poignant that it actually choked me up a little bit when I read it. And we'd already been talking about writing a book. And that poem was like, that's it. And that's the message, actually, that we talked about a lot with each other and with our families. So it just seems so natural.
I love that. And speaking of homes, let's go, because you guys are kind of the queens of making a home a home. And let's talk about the work that you do. Your names are synonymous with beautifully decorated homes. You have a place right here in Grand Rapids, but you also have a nationally televised show. Let's talk about what you do every day and how that kind of played into what this book is about.
Yes, well, we honestly, our effort is to try to make people's houses feel like their homes. So that means bringing in things that are important to them, personal to them, and also to make a home that they feel like they can live in comfortably and invite their friends and family into with security and just invitation, hospitality.
Absolutely. Do you want to add to that, Grace, at all about some things that you really wanted to share through this new, I guess, realm?
Yeah, through the children's book. Yeah. So I think we really wanted to give the message too that that you don't have to be fearful of home, that home can be exciting, and to encourage kids in that, and just an overall encouragement is really, I think, what we wanted to give.
Yeah.
Did you involve your kids in this too?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Every step of the way. Yeah.
Well, it's really fun because as they saw the book for the very first time, they recognized things about the story that exactly apply to them. And it was so precious to watch.
I bet. I love this so much. And your faith plays a big role as well. Let's talk about that too.
It does. It's probably the driving force behind what we do. And we feel like home is, yes, it's our surroundings, it's our home, it's our house, but it's so much more because it's where the center of our heart is, where the Lord is. And I just remember this one story, and it hits me often, is that there was a particularly difficult time for Moses. And he was like, I can't stand this situation out here in the desert with all these people. And the Lord said, you can go to this new place, but I'm not going to be there. So just so you know. And he goes, I am not going anywhere where you are not. And for him, that was his center. That was his home, where the Lord was. And that's I think, ours too. So wherever we go, wherever our kids go, where the Lord is, where we are, that's home.
Absolutely. And some other fun things, the illustrations, let's talk about, there's kind of a running theme. There's a little Easter egg in there for kids, because it is a kid's book, right? You want them to have some fun. You can tell us about that.
Yeah. Grace, that was kind of your idea. You should talk about it.
Yeah, well, during the process of writing the book, we came up with this really fun idea of having a mouse family on each page. And the illustrator, Megan Lindsay, she incorporated it in just the most darling way on each page. It's different, and some are harder to find, some are easier to find, but that is my kids' favorite part of the book.
Well, yeah. Right? You got it.
It's so cute. The illustrations, I would say generally though, are so sweet.
Yeah.
And another thing about the book that I think is just making it such a great children's book is that everything rhymes. There's this cadence about it that, you know, kids love to have sort of a feeling of expectation, that they know sort of what to expect as they start to feel a pattern or experience a pattern. And it's such a fun book to read out loud because of that.
Well, I was going to say, you got to make it good for the parents too. I would say
do.
my favorite
Very
books as a mom was always like the ones that did that. The
It's
rhyming.
so
To
true.
us, it's beautiful to look at, and it is. It's like there are people who live in the desert. There are people who live in the mountains, right? And it just it is. I would expect nothing less from both of you. Thank you for making this book, because I think it is necessary to really make these kids feel comfortable, and it can be a scary time.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Where can they find these books?
Everywhere. It's wherever books are sold. It's online. It's at our store on Wealthy Street.
Okay.
So
And today's the day it's out.
Today's it.
today
Okay.
is launch day.
Perfect. Well, it is a wonderful gift, for any family, whether you're moving or not. It's a beautiful, beautiful book and a great story. Thank you, ladies, so much for putting this out there and for all the great work you do.
Thanks for having us, Michelle.
Absolutely,
So appreciate it.
absolutely. So head to your local bookstore, Amazon, wherever you get your books, and pick it up today.